Have you ever wondered why some people rise to the top while others stay stuck? Why do some push through every obstacle while others break at the first sign of struggle? Here's the truth. It's not about talent, luck, or circumstances. It's about mindset, the way you think, the way you react, and the way you choose to move forward. That's what separates winners from everyone else. And if you stay with this video until the end, you'll discover the exact mindset shift that can turn you into the kind of person who never stops winning. Because the difference isn't in the opportunities people get, it's in the choices they make. What most people get wrong, most people think winners are born different. They believe success is only for the gifted, the lucky, or those who already have everything going for them. They look at successful people and assume they must have had a head start. But that's a lie. If success was about talent, why do we see so many gifted people fail? If it was about luck, why do so many people who had every advantage still waste it? The real difference is internal. It's how winners think. Because here's the hard truth. Most people don't even try. They give up before they begin. The moment things get uncomfortable, they quit. Winners, they see the same struggles, the same problems, the same difficulties. But their mindset refuses to accept defeat. The power of how you see yourself. Your mind is like a battlefield. And the war isn't fought outside, it's fought within. Most people lose the battle before they even take the first step. They convince themselves they're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. And because they believe it, they never take action. Winners think differently. They understand one thing. The story you tell yourself becomes your reality. If you tell yourself you're not capable, you'll act like you're not. But if you train yourself to believe you can, your actions will start to align with that belief. This is not wishful thinking. This is human psychology. The brain follows patterns. If you constantly feed it negative thoughts, it will find ways to make those thoughts real. But winners, they reprogram their minds. Winners make a decision and never look back. There comes a moment in every winner's life when they make a decision that they will not live like everyone else, a decision that their dreams are non-negotiable, a decision that they will keep pushing forward no matter what. Most people never make that choice. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for motivation, for inspiration, for someone else to give them permission. Winners don't wait. They take action before they feel ready, because they know the perfect moment will never come. Comfort versus growth. The battle that defines your life. Every single day you are faced with a choice. Stay comfortable or grow. And here's what psychology tells us. Your brain hates change. It wants comfort. It wants routine. It wants things to stay easy. That's why most people stay where they are. They choose comfort over progress. Winners make a different choice. They push themselves into the unknown. They put themselves in uncomfortable situations on purpose because they know growth only happens in discomfort. Think about it. Every time you avoided doing something difficult, you stayed the same. But every time you challenged yourself, every time you pushed past fear, you got stronger. Winners live in that space. They don't run from difficulty. They seek it out. Your mindset shapes your future. Here's the ultimate truth. You are not stuck where you are. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It can be trained, it can be reshaped, it can be rewired to think like a winner. But it starts with a decision. A decision to take control of your thoughts. A decision to stop making excuses. A decision to push yourself even when you don't feel like it. Because at the end of the day, that's what separates winners from the rest. They refuse to settle. They refuse to stay the same. They refuse to lose the battle in their own minds. Now the real question is, what will you choose? Stay with this video because in the next section we'll dive even deeper. You'll learn the most powerful mental habit that winners use every single day to take control of their destiny. Don't miss it. Everything begins in the mind. Every victory, every failure, it all starts with a thought. Most people don't realize this. They let their minds run on autopilot, filled with doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs. They think success is about external factors, but the real battle is happening inside. Winners, they own their thoughts. They don't allow negativity to take root. They don't let self-doubt control them because they understand a simple truth. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your deadliest enemy. If you believe you can't do something, your mind will find every excuse to prove you right. It will remind you of past failures. It will exaggerate the risks. It will flood you with fear. And that's why most people never even try. But when you train your mind to believe you can, something shifts. Your brain starts working for you, not against you. Instead of excuses, it finds solutions. Instead of fear, it builds confidence. This isn't magic, it's psychology. The brain follows the instructions you give it. That's why winners are ruthless with their thoughts. They reject negativity. They refuse to entertain doubt. They choose empowering beliefs on purpose because they know whatever you feed your mind, it will grow. Feed it excuses and you'll stay stuck. Feed it discipline and you'll create results. Feed it belief and you'll become unstoppable. Winners don't wait for confidence, they build it. Every day they condition their minds with thoughts of strength, resilience, and victory. And over time, those thoughts turn into reality. This is the mindset of a winner. They don't let their thoughts control them, and they control their thoughts. There is one thing every winner has: an unshakable belief in themselves. Before the world believes in them, before they have proof, before they see results, they believe. Most people don't. They hesitate. They wait for validation. They wait for someone to tell them they are good enough, smart enough, capable enough. But that moment never comes because the world only believes in you after you prove yourself. But winners don't wait. They decide. They tell themselves, I am capable. I will succeed. I will not stop until I win. And because they believe it, they take action. That's the difference. Most people only act when they feel ready, but winners act first. They step forward before the conditions are perfect. They put in the work before they feel confident. They take the leap even when fear whispers, what if you fail? Because here's the truth. Belief is a choice. It's not something you are born with. It's something you build. Every time you push through self-doubt, every time you take action despite fear, your belief gets stronger. And once you develop unshakable belief, everything changes. Challenges don't break you, they build you. Failures don't stop you, they teach you. Setbacks don't discourage you, they fuel you. Because winners don't ask, can I do this? They tell themselves, I will find a way. And that's why they win. Every person faces pain, there is no escaping it. But there are only two kinds, the pain of growth and the pain of regret. Most people choose the easy path. They avoid discomfort. They run from challenges. They stay where it's safe. In the moment, it feels good. But later, they look back and see all the chances they never took, all the dreams they abandoned, all the potential they wasted. That's the pain of regret, and it lasts a lifetime. Winners choose differently. They embrace the pain of growth, the discipline, the struggle, the failures. It's all painful, but it's temporary. And on the other side of that pain is strength. They understand that every hardship they face, every sacrifice they make, every obstacle they push through, it's shaping them into something greater. Growth is never comfortable. It demands effort. It demands sacrifice. But regret? Regret is far worse. It eats at you. It reminds you of what you could have been if only you had tried harder, pushed further, dared to go all in. Winners refuse to live with regret. They choose temporary pain for permanent progress. They know that comfort is the enemy of success. The question is, which pain will you choose? Most people wait for motivation. They think success comes from feeling inspired, from waking up with energy, from being in the right mood. That's why most people fail. Because motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the wind. It's unreliable. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you won't even want to get out of bed. Winners don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Discipline means showing up no matter how you feel. It means taking action even when you're tired, even when you're unmotivated, even when you don't want to. That's the difference. Most people wait to feel like it. Winners act regardless. They understand that success isn't built on emotions, it's built on habits. They train their minds to ignore feelings of laziness and doubt. They do the work whether they feel like it or not. because they know consistency wins. One day of motivation changes nothing, but discipline applied every single day creates unstoppable results. That's why winners always rise to the top, not because they feel inspired all the time, but because they master themselves. They don't wait for the right mood, they make it happen. Most people fear failure. They see it as proof that they're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. When they fail, they stop, they walk away. They convince themselves it wasn't meant for them. That's why most people never win. Winners see failure differently. They don't run from it, they use it. To them, failure is not an ending, it's a tool. It's a lesson, it's feedback. Every mistake, every setback, every rejection, it all contains information. It shows what works, what doesn't, where to improve, and how to grow. That's why winners don't take failure personally. They don't see it as proof of weakness, they see it as a necessary step towards success. Because here's the truth, you cannot succeed without failure. Think about a child learning to walk. They don't get it right the first time. They fall over and over again, but they don't quit. They don't decide walking isn't for them. They keep going, failing forward until they master it. Winners operate the same way. They expect failure, they embrace it, and instead of letting it break them, they let it build them. Because the only real failure is quitting. As long as you keep moving, keep learning, and keep adapting, you are still in the game. Most people overthink. They analyze, they hesitate, they wait for the perfect moment, and in that waiting, they do nothing. That's why they stay stuck. Winners, they don't wait, they act. They understand that thinking alone changes nothing. Plans mean nothing without execution. Dreams remain dreams unless backed by action. Every great achievement in history happened because someone took action before they felt ready. They didn't have all the answers, they didn't have guarantees, but they moved forward anyway. That's what separates winners from the rest. They know that momentum builds confidence. The more you act, the more capable you become. The more you push forward, the less fear controls you. Most people sit on ideas for months, even years, afraid to fail. Winners understand the truth. Inaction is the real failure, because you can fix mistakes, but you can't fix never starting. Winners take relentless action. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for motivation. They move forward, adjust along the way, and create their own success. And that's why they win. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. If you fill it with doubt, fear, and excuses, those thoughts will take over. But if you plant discipline, belief, and persistence, your mind will become unstoppable. Most people don't realize this. They let their subconscious run on autopilot, filled with negative thoughts, past failures, and limiting beliefs. They don't question the doubts in their mind. They just accept them as truth. But winners? They reprogram their minds. They understand that the subconscious is always listening. Every word, every thought, every belief, it's all shaping their reality. So they take control. They feed their minds with powerful, intentional thoughts. They replace I can't with I will. They replace it's too hard with I'll find a way. They replace I'm not ready with I'll start now. And over time, these thoughts become automatic. Psychology proves it. Your brain strengthens whatever you repeat. That's why winners use affirmations, visualization, and constant repetition to build a mindset that refuses to break. They don't let negative thoughts run wild. They train their minds daily to think like champions. Because they know the body follows the mind, and the mind follows the thoughts you feed it. Reprogram your mind, and success becomes inevitable. Most people want quick results. They chase shortcuts, easy success, and overnight transformations. When they don't see instant progress, they quit. That's why they fail. Winners don't think that way. They play the long game. They understand that real success takes time. Growth is slow. Mastery is built over years, not days. They don't expect fast results. They expect progress. Every small action, every disciplined choice, every setback overcome, it all compounds. Winners trust the process, even when they can't see the results yet. That's why they don't panic when things don't happen instantly. They don't let temporary failures shake them. They stay focused, consistent, and committed, knowing that success is a marathon, not a sprint. Most people quit right before their breakthrough. They stop because they don't see progress, not realizing that growth is happening beneath the surface. Winners keep going. They don't look for immediate rewards, they look for long-term transformation, because they know those who stay in the game the longest are the most people break under pressure. When things get tough, they slow down. When obstacles appear, they start doubting. When the path gets hard, they give up. That's why they never reach their full potential. Winners are different. They have something most people lack: unbreakable willpower. Willpower is the ability to keep moving forward no matter what. It's the mindset that says, I will not stop. I will not break. I will not accept defeat. This isn't just motivation. It's a decision. A choice to keep going when everything tells you to quit. A refusal to let emotions, fatigue, or setbacks decide your future. Most people let their feelings control them. If they feel tired, they stop. If they feel discouraged, they quit. Winners don't operate that way. They move forward regardless of how they feel. Because they understand the moment you decide you will not quit, you become unstoppable. Obstacles may slow them down, but they won't stop. Failures may knock them down, but they'll rise again. Pain, doubt, struggle, none of it matters. A true winner doesn't ask, can I endure this? They tell themselves, nothing can break me. And that's why they always rise. Most people get stuck because they focus on the wrong thing. When they face a challenge, they dwell on it, they complain. They look for excuses. They waste time asking, why is this happening to me? That mindset leads nowhere. Winners think differently. They don't waste energy on the problem. They put all their focus on the solution. When something goes wrong, they don't panic. They don't freeze. They ask one powerful question: what can I do about it? Because here's the truth. Every problem has a solution. Some are difficult, some take time, some require sacrifice. But there is always a way forward. That's why winners never feel powerless. Even in the toughest situations, they take control. They know that energy spent complaining is energy wasted. So instead of blaming circumstances, they look for options, strategies, and next steps. This is what separates them from the rest. While most people sit in frustration, winners take action. They don't see obstacles as roadblocks, they see them as puzzles. Challenges to be solved, lessons to be learned, opportunities to grow. Because they understand the faster you focus on solutions, the faster you move forward. And that's why winners always find a way. Most people settle. They accept average effort, average discipline, and average results. They tell themselves, this is good enough. That's why they never achieve greatness. Winners, they demand more effort, more growth, more discipline, more from themselves than anyone else ever would. They don't settle for good enough. They push past their limits. If they fall short, they don't make excuses. They raise their standards. If they succeed, they don't get comfortable. They set a new goal. Because winners know your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Most people seek comfort. Winners seek challenge. They understand that growth begins where comfort ends. They know that the moment they stop pushing themselves is the moment they start falling behind. That's why they keep evolving, they keep learning, they keep raising the bar because they refuse to stay the same. While others wait for external pressure to push them, winners create their own pressure. They hold themselves to a higher standard than anyone else ever could, because they know if you demand more from yourself every single day, success becomes inevitable. Most people quit too soon. The moment things get difficult, they stop. The moment they face resistance, they turn back. They convince themselves that maybe it's not meant to be. That's why they never reach greatness. Winners, they never stop. No matter how long it takes, no matter how many failures they face, no matter how impossible it seems, they keep going because they understand a simple truth. Success is not for the most talented, the most gifted, or the most lucky. It is for the most persistent. Every great achievement in history happened because someone refused to quit. They pushed when nothing was working. They kept going when no one believed in them. They fought through doubt, rejection, failure, and pain until they broke through. That's what separates winners from everyone else. They don't stop when it's hard. They embrace the struggle. They expect the setbacks and they keep moving forward anyway because they know the only way to lose is to give up. No matter how slow the progress, no matter how long the journey, they will never stop until they win. Everything comes down to one thing: your mindset. Your skills, your background, your circumstances, they don't matter as much as how you think. Because mindset determines everything. It decides whether you push forward or give up, whether you rise or stay the same, whether you win or lose. Most people let their minds control them. They let fear, doubt, and hesitation dictate their actions. They let failure define them. They let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. That's why they never reach their full potential. Winners, they take full control of their mindset. They program their minds for success. They feed it discipline, resilience, and unshakable belief. They reject excuses. They eliminate self-doubt. And they train themselves to think like a winner every single day. They understand that life will test them. There will be failures, setbacks, and moments of struggle. But none of that matters because their mind is unbreakable. And when your mind is unbreakable, nothing can stop you. Success isn't about luck. It's not about talent. It's about having a mindset so strong, so relentless, that no obstacle, no failure, no hardship can ever make you quit. This is the mindset of a winner. And once you develop it, victory is inevitable. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one decision. Will you stay where you are, or will you rise? Most people never make that choice. They wait, they hesitate, they let fear, doubt, and comfort hold them back. Winners, they decide. They make the choice to push forward, no matter how hard it gets. They make the choice to demand more from themselves, even when no one is watching. They make the choice to never back down, never settle, never stop, because they understand success is not given, it is taken. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you greatness. It's on you. You have two paths. One is easy. It requires nothing from you. It keeps you comfortable, average, and stuck. The other is hard. It demands sacrifice, discipline, and relentless action. But on the other side, everything you've ever wanted. So the question is, which path will you choose? Will you stay the same, or will you rise and claim the mindset of a winner? Everything you need to win, it's already inside you. The strength, the discipline, the resilience, it's there, buried beneath fear, doubt, and hesitation, hidden beneath years of playing small, holding back, and second-guessing yourself. But deep down, you know you were meant for more. You feel it. That fire inside you, that hunger to be better, to do more, to become something greater. It's been there all along, and now it's time to unleash it. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more living below your potential. Because winners don't wait for the perfect time. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for motivation. They decide, they commit, they take action. And today, that decision is yours. This is your moment. This is your turning point. This is where the old you ends and the winner inside you takes over. Because once you adopt this mindset, nothing can stop you.